Hi, I'm Andy Kinder, and join me today, not on any banks anywhere, not at all. I'm actually sat on my back garden here in sunny Sheffield. I'm doing this little video for my good friend Trevor Price down at Waglers farm. There's been loads of videos he's done these last few weeks, asking people to pass on a few tips, little bits and pieces just to keep you all busy, all occupied in this current climate with coronavirus and everything, which is not a very nice thing, but never mind. Hopefully we're going to be on bank soon. So I had this conversation with Trevor, and unbeknown to a lot of you, I actually went down to Waglers farm a while ago, just approaching winter, and Trevor being Trevor needed a little bit of advice on his waggler fishing. So I was actually down there on business. We did a little bit of a filming while we were there, and just wanted me to pass on to you one or two little tips which we did. Nice little conventional waggler type fishing, but with the onset of summer coming now, we stretched it onto winter. So what we did, we had all his gear set, all done, all dusted. Then we started to talk him through wagglers. So right, let me just show you these first. Right, these are the wagglers which we used down at Waglers farm, and great little wagglers. Not just using there, you can use them all over the place. And these are the MVR finesse wagglers. Now you can see there's 4 sizes in them, ranging from 2 right up to 5 gram, and it was actually a 5 gram we used, so I'll talk to you a little bit about that. You see they're fully loaded, which I think nowadays, you know, yes, we do have to put shot on line, but like I said, fully loaded wagglers seem to be the right way to go. So these are fully loaded, will sit right down to the bristle. So by the time you've got your stops on and any bait and that on, they'll sit absolutely perfect. So you can use them with any baits, be it pellets, maggots, corn, anything you like. You'll be able to use them wagglers, and they're what we use. Like I said, the MVR finesse wagglers, which I do know he does sell quite a lot of them on the fishery. He uses them solely himself, and we put him onto a great little waggler there. Then he wanted to progress it that little bit further. Excuse me, I've got some. I wanted to progress it that little further, and some other wagglers which we wanted to use also down there when conditions were a little bit different, a little bit unpredictable. You needed bigger wagglers and everything. So we moved on to these little bad boys. Now these are the signature Pro 1 wagglers, which we do. Again, fully loaded, as you can see at the bottom. Fully loaded. All the tips, which I think are an absolute must for all waggler fishing. You might be able to see it. You might be able to see the sun actually penetrates the olive tips, and it's just like a beacon sat out in front of you. You can see them perfectly. Now the other good thing with these floats, available in 4, 5 and 6 grams, so a lot bigger, a little bit more length about them to give you that stability when you're out in the water. That's what you're ideally looking to perform, because there's no shot, you can't put shot down the line, you know, you need that little stability on them. So these are the 4, 5 and 6 gram. Now you will notice on the tips that they've all got different size tips on it. Well, I'm going to pick them 3 up to start with. I'll be bob them down on there. Right, 3 different size tips. When you buy one of these wagglers, they actually come with interchangeable tops. So whatever conditions you face with, whatever baits you're actually fishing with, you can actually use whichever tip you might think is appropriate for whatever situation. And more so in winter time, especially when we have ever-changing light conditions and things like that. You might start with the thinnest one, but you know, you get an horrible tree in front of you, you can't quite see it right, and you might want to move to the thicker tip so you can see it. So that's a great little thing with these wagglers. You can interchange the tips. They do come in different colours as well, so like I said, interchange them to suit your light conditions and you know what you need to see your float. You don't see your float, you don't see a bite. You don't see a bite, you don't catch a fish. It's as easy as that. So they're the signature 1 wagglers. three sizes, 4, 5 and 6 grams, slightly bigger because you're wanting that bit better presentation. When you sat waiting for a bite, they're a lot better. We use that particular Waggler, the 5 and 6 grammer, quite a lot at Hayfield Lakes. When you're actually sitting waiting for a bite a long time, it might be sat out there, and as soon as it starts to move you don't get that bite. So the longer Wagglers, which brings me full circle from nicey type fishing over to pellet Waggler fishing. Now sun's out, carp are waking up, they're now coming on to pellet Wagglers. And just a little sneak preview. Trevor's not got these in down at the shop yet, but I know he's going to be having them after you've seen this video. Here's our new MVR pellet Wagglers. Now he's going to be dead jealous because I've got these and he hasn't. But knowing Trevor and the Alders Farm team, they'll soon gather him in the shop for you to purchase. Right, here's the new MVR 8 pellet Wagglers. Now we've got on a full circle. These floats what we can use all the way around to real summertime when they're proper having it. And we've got these. They're the MVR 8s, reason being they're 8mm diameter. And one thing straight away, again you'll notice what's totally different about these, and I said it right at the beginning of my video, they have got holler tips. Holler tips so you can actually see your float when it's out there. You do need to see the bites. The days are gone on pellet Waggler fishing where they're absolutely ripping the rod in off the rest and like that. You have to strike at bites, so you need to see them. And I think we're one of the first companies out there what have produced an holler top pellet Waggler float like them. Fully loaded at the bottom, little dive disc as well, and also in the packaging they do come with a bigger dive disc if you want to unscrew it and screw a bigger dive disc on, but personally I like that is enough to hold it. 4 sizes in that one. You've got 4, 5, 6 and 8 gram, and then we have the big boys. Bigger, dumpier ones, 10mm diameter, fully loaded again at the bottom, and like I said, big thick sight tips. When them carp are really having it, and your bigger waters with 10 gram, you know, like your Boddingtons, Gold Valley Lakes, where you're looking at casting at fish and cruising fish, they're the boys what you need. And then when they're really having it, that one, nice 6 grammer, it casts 30, 35 metres quite easily, and that's as far really as any can ever feed any pellets. So yeah, we've got your MVR pellet Wagglers. 2 ranges for this time of year. They'll be bang on. So that's gone through the Wagglers which we're using all through the year, summertime as well. One of the couple of things I'll just pass on to you. People ask me, you know, we've all got a million ways how we connect Wagglers, how we put us Wagglers on, whatever. I'll show you my way. I know the people do it differently, but we all get used to his own personal ways, and we'll show you this one. That's the line I use for most of my Waggler fishing. The MVR Power Reel Mono, that's 0.19, it's 7 pound breaking strain, it's strong, it's reliable. I know it's not going to let me down because some of the bites could be quite savage on it. It was 0.19 for most of my pellet Waggler work through summertime. Winter, when I want that little bit more finesse, I'll use the 0.17. It casts the Wagglers easier and just find it a lot better for a little bit more finesse. Right, how do I put my Wagglers on? Well, I hope you can see that there on the screen. Right, I'm going to try and hold this right up to the screen if I can. Here we go. Now you notice I have one of the rubber grip stops at the top. That'd be them. There it is. I have one of them on. Use absolutely loads of them. I think they're a brilliant stop. You can use them for feeder fishing, Waggler fishing, everything. Great stop on that. You'll notice I have one above my float. This is going to the top of the rod above here. Now, I see people's pellet Waggler attachments on the bank. They're putting 2 and 3 of these rubber stops above the float. It's not actually needed. You don't actually need 2 or 3 of the rubber stops actually above your float. One is more than enough. And the reason it's more than enough is when you're actually casting your waggler out and it's going out, all the weight from the waggler is below the float. So above it, you need little or no stop. And I also find that better is if you do get a sudden tech and it's running through the water, that will slip up the line and it gives you a bit more freedom. You're not dragging the float around when you're playing a fish. So that's one little tip for you. You only need to put one above the float. Now, we go below the float, and for normal type wagglers like this, 2 of the rubber stops will stop it. Once you start getting up to 8 and 10 gram, you might need 3. The worst thing you can ever do is when you start casting out, these start slipping or sliding on your line. If that happens, take them off, put some brand new ones on, because you don't need them slipping at all. I always like to leave just a little gap between them. Always used to do it on normal wagglers when we had shots on, but just a nice little gap between them. And you'll notice the attachment which I use there is one of the sliding link swivel adapters. Now, a lot of people use these for feeder fishing, bomb fishing and things like that. It's got like a PTFE middle in it and the round swivel at the bottom. That definitely helps in any type of waggler fishing. The rounded bottom swivels make the waggler sit bang straight. Now I suppose we've all had it where we've put the swivels on, you chuck in and your waggler starts going like that through the air when you're casting it in. That's because the link swivel is making it bend off at a different angle. So the rounder link swivels like that inevitably stop that, because you can see it hanging dead central on the line, look. So the little sliding link swivels, that's some of the old packaging what we've got, but the sliding link swivels what's available with the PTFE in the middle are a great waggler attachment. And if you ever want to change it any time, you can just take that off. Oh, and I can see. And you can just clip another new waggler on it. So you want a bigger waggler, smaller waggler, you can change them quite easily. That's how I attach my pellet wagglers, normal wagglers, for all my fishing on any fully loaded waggler. Well, I hope you grabbed a few tips off that. Like I say, we can't get out at the minute. I think this cures the boredom for a lot of people. So on that note, I'm just going to tell you, stay safe, stay at home, don't go out. The quicker we get rid of all this, the quicker we can get on the banks fishing, and hopefully we'll catch you either down Alder's farm or somewhere out on the banks. Till then, tight lines.